Kazakhstan. We have 3 days, well, 2.5 days, until we can pretty much declare war on Kazakhstan. So from the last episode, we're still organising some of the divisions, moving a lot of stuff around, getting everything organised to a certain extent, which it pretty much is now. Most of Russia is pretty much sort of more or less organised to a certain extent on the western side. Eastern side isn't too much organised yet. We're still working on there. It's quite bleak, to say the least. But it's only China to deal with. But they're not really going to attack us because of where we are. And Japan probably won't attack either. But for now, we should be fine. Eastern side. On the western side, I've started to produce a lot more of a frontline defence. So we have a. We'll just have a look. I'll give you a quick update whilst our days are ticking away here. So I've kind of got the Russian motherland, smashed all my defensive divisions into under one command, just makes it easier, and instead of splitting everything up for now. But I may actually need to split this down into only 3 divisions in under one command, just so you can be more efficient. But this guy has no traits anyway, so it's not a problem. So I put basically all my defending divisions, who are pretty much just going to be holding frontline defences or holding certain areas, going to go under this guy's command, under the Russian motherland. Command, which is cool. Actually, change the command, yeah. So we have our first division. We'll click through them all here. So we have the first Western Guards division guarding Ukraine, and the second guarding Belarus, and the third is covering Latvia and Estonia. The fourth Western Guards division is currently going to be covering Finland and Norway, but they're currently being produced here, the rest of them, as you can see. Also have Northern Guards Division up there. We're obviously going to have some units pretty much placed all around Russia, in a place like Moscow and whatnot, but we're not going to get to that stage yet. The Eastern Guards Division, is just sitting over there comfortably. Obviously the European Division here, sitting here, because obviously they're right above Poland. And what else do we have? So that's pretty much our defensive positions, and here's just a random set of units that are just on the eastern coast of Russia. The Middle East defensive unit, whatever this guy is here, he's still in Tajikistan. He's sitting nice comfortably. But for our actual main attack, so we're going to call Kazakhstan is Operation White Desert is the operation we're going to call it for the attack onto Kazakhstan. So we'll just pause it before it actually ticks over the 14th of August is when we can actually attack. So Operation White Desert, so the actual sort of armies I'm sort of working on now. So the first army under command of General Andriy Kartapolov, I think that's how you pronounce that. So he is currently commanding the 2nd Armoured Division, the 1st Mechanised, and the 4th Mechanised Division. So for the main primary attack onto Kazakhstan, we have the main unit we'll be using is the 2nd Armoured Division, who are actually going to primarily push from the western side of Kazakhstan. They're going to basically push to each checkpoint, each front line, and keep pushing all the way to about here. At the exact same time that's going to be happening, we're going to have the 4th Mechanised Division, which are a very powerful unit, as you can see here. Actually, we just go to the template and you can have a little look of how badass these guys actually are. So we've got Guards, Motor Rifle Divisions. They're pretty well equipped. As you can see, they've got tank battalions, they've got armoured infantry, they've got armoured reconnaissance, they've got artillery, self-propelled air defence, the whole fucking lot. Engineers, so they're pretty well equipped little division there to deal with this little sector here. So once you've actually got the 2nd Armoured Division up to this stage here, as alongside the 4th Mechanised, I just started an attack, which I'm not supposed to. Will that be ready to go in once we declare war? Click them and ready to go. So that's what's going to happen there. So the 4th Mechanised are going to push down here. Once they've met up in line, they're going to eventually push on together onto Astana and basically kill that. On standby, we have the 1st Mechanised Division, which consists of Spetsnaz units and other motorised infantry units, just to use some support to push into some of these areas if need be. Once they've obviously pushed up to here with the 2nd Armoured Division, they're just probably fall in line and resupport. At the same time this is happening, we're going to have the Marine Division, which isn't named yet, so we'll just name this the 1st Marine Division. It's going to push across the Caspian Sea into the pretty much the south end of Kazakhstan and take over the port here and push up and secure sort of like this defense line here and these sectors here. There's probably no real attack or any sort of resistance down there, but it'll be good to go. So we'll get these guys, so we'll stop them from training, and we'll get them to attack as well, but won't we go yet. On the standby, we currently have our first VDV division, which is our airborne division, which is standing by just north of the front line, ready to deploy in a moment's notice if need be into Kazakhstan, which we probably won't need them at all, to be honest, quite frankly, because Kazakhstan only currently has 8 to 16 divisions, which is nothing compared to our, I don't know how many we have here. All in all, we have 24 of like, what, 34, 35, maybe even up to 40 units divisions going to attack in this place. We'll be absolutely fine. And finally, for aerial support, we currently have aircraft supporting air superiority fires, interceptors, and 500 for close air support. 4 of which are the Mi-24s, and 100 of which are the Su-25s, I believe they're, or the MiG-29s, multi-role fire aircraft. So there we go, that is going to be Operation White Desert, and we're literally going to start this right now, because we can now have justification to declare war. Do we? No, we don't. 15th of August is expected to finish, so it's tomorrow, so it should be clicking over right now. Here we go. If we declare war, we should start seeing some movement. Here we go. And no one's actually come to the aid of this country, so we should be good to go. Russia declared wars in Kazakhstan. Here we go. The attack begins. Some men should be coming across here. They are indeed. Once they're in position, they're going to have to filter them up manually. But hopefully we should have a good, nice, progressive attack here from the 2nd Armoured Division. I could probably actually rename these guys to the 1st Armoured, because they are my 1st Armoured Division. Grant Georgia the bailout. Treasury. No, I don't want anything to do with Georgia at the moment, because I might take him over sooner or later. Insufficient resources, not good. Well, actually, yeah, because we're taking over Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is where we had all the supply coming from. Let's get some stuff from Australia for now. We must win, and we will win. Air wings with no mission or region assigned, doesn't matter. How are we looking? Lots of movement. Let's speed things up a little bit more. It's rather slow. You come across the sea now. Obviously protected by this one ship here. One cruiser, I believe it is. Slava class cruiser defending it, so we're going to come in position now. Let's see if landed. Split these down. Here we go. Nice. They're going to push out and capture. Making progress now. Oh, looks like the 4th Mechanized Division are making some real good progress. Good to see. So our division fuel, we're currently consuming 9,000. We're only gaining 7,000, 7.9 thousand. We could probably boost that a little bit more. Available 10, still available. China, where's Saudi Arabia? Have they stopped? Interesting. Oh, there they are. Daily gain 9.4 thousand, there we go. One new import should allow us to get that more. As you can see now, our GDP is now going up. What I have done is boost attacks to 29% until we can actually start to get more countries under our command, more factories built to increase our GDP. It looks like our oil's going down once again. Luckily we've got a lot of supply. As you can see, we are currently gaining $0.19 billion. We're losing money right now. I think that's because we are in a war. We are fighting at the moment. Here comes the rest of the naval infantry. Keep moving, men. Oh, we can keep this as a strike force. Got to keep up. 7.2 kilometers. This division here. Not able to keep up at all. That's not a problem though. I'm wondering if it's worth even potentially moving. We have quite a lot of units here. We have 20 divisions sitting right here. Where is it worth attempting to move them up? I could move the front line just a little bit up. Be interesting to keep them, you know, pinned down. They might be able to make a movement here. Just one jump might work. So we're like friendly air superiority, inferior enemy, large river crossing, division still preparing. If we leave that a little while and see what happens, we could just push that front line up a little bit more. Maybe it's an option. But I'd rather push the 2nd and the 4th armoured divisions through. They're obviously gaining experience as well. Not enough manpower to equipment to fulfill our garrisons. Oh god, that's not ideal, is it? To that end, we're most likely going to need to produce and get more conscription. So the problem with this is that division organisation drops, division recovery rate drops, division attack drops, division defence drops, division attack on core territory and defence on core territory increases, and train time decreases as well. And it will give us another, what, 0.8%? Yeah, 0.8% more to join. Maybe if I get women, recruit women, because that doesn't have any effect. Recruit with population, 20%. Special forces capacity multiplier drops, which kind of sucks. But that'll give me another 2%, which is quite a lot. We can always drop that anyway. Let's have a look. How much does that give me? Gonna make an effect. That'll probably take a little while to take effect. Insufficient resources. What? Oh, steel. No, it's gone back up again. It's probably just a trade route blocked. We're still looking good. No real effect. Move these guys up. I have a low supplies up here. I get the 4th Division mechanised have now secured their zone. We're just waiting for the 2nd Armoured Division to get in position. Let's have a look where it's worth actually pushing these guys. They could probably do it, you know. Right, let's assign them down here. Let's push, shall we? Let's give it a go and see what happens. No, very little effect. I don't want to lose too many units, so we're going to halt this entire attack. That's doing pretty well actually, surprisingly. Okay. Would have been good to keep up the pressure. Look at that, encircle that unit there. There's a lot of stuff we can do down here, isn't there? Bloody hell. Let's keep going down this route though, because it's getting us a lot of stuff that we need. Gain base stability, yeah. We've currently lost 398 and they've lost 861 personnel. Suppose we just sit back and watch for a little bit until he gets to that front line. Enjoy whilst we slowly push. Right. First Armoured Division's got into position more or less, but they're struggling here in the mountainous terrain where a Well, they've actually bugged out now, looks like. Pretty much they kind of got themselves really dug in deep on that mountain. Right there, but we've managed to push them out now. I don't think there's any more mountainous terrain. No, not really. I haven't down in this area, so we'll send them back. That was a nice little push. So we're there now. So let's continue with some of this stuff here. Add production of all your absolute removes 10 billion treasury. Please do. Give me all the oil. Get some Iran and Oman. Resistance to occupation, of course there would be. Okay, so once this is in position here, we can then begin the next attack. Oh, you're going to push further up, are we? Okay, interesting, because I've not told you to do that. Not told you to go there. Okay, you guys are gonna... new offensive line is going to be... obviously there. And you're gonna stand by this new offensive line. Get these guys pushing now. All the way up to their capital. And these guys can go pretty much there. Looks good to me. And then obviously supported by the first mechanized. Guys, better hurry up and get in position, please. 14 days to get down there. You'll have a laugh. Wait for them to be in position, then we'll push. And these guys will just spearhead straight down the middle. Pretty much. There's no more spearhead, just the capital. Just these two cities. Pretty much first mechanized can hold that location, and then from there with the first and the fourth can just push further down. Push for legislation, gets event, Russia accepts against national spirit, which grants resource gain for this trade deal, and it was established naval base for Ukraine. No, I want Ukraine at some point. Considering not part of NATO as well, we're going to take Ukraine at some point. Maybe one of our next locations to go upon to. Come on, how are we in position yet? Okay, they're in position. Wait till a bit organised. They're organised. Right, let's begin. Send it. Right, let's watch this. Enjoy. Us taking over the last half of Kazakhstan. Right, it looks like we're coming down to our last few days in this Kazakhstan taking over. And we've now taken over their main capital. The capital's now moved now to Almaty down the south. We're cutting off these three divisions on the left hand side here. This division down here is almost surrounded to a certain extent. I did push the 20 divisions onto attack as well, as I wanted some more leverage and just more pressure on the Kazakhstan army. Which obviously did have a massive effect because we finally did push on the right hand side. They're still struggling here on the very bottom right, but we have now captured them. Nice, there we go, that's what it took. Lovely. Kazakhstan has capitulated, giving us access to 50% of their stockpile equipment. Nice. Some nice T-72s there, almost 300 of them. That's really good. T-72s ain't a bad tank. Obviously my MI8, which is always good, and obviously some supply. Fantastic, just what we want to see. So if we go to take all states, it's going to cost 140. I can take all states. End turn. Done. Kazakhstan acquired. Awesome. There we go. So we have now extended our empire a little bit to the south. So this massive chunk here. So I think our next location we're going to push towards is maybe Ukraine, because they are not part of NATO. They do have what's called non-aggression pacts with other country, but they do have quite a bit of resources. They've got 5 civilian factories, 9 military factories. Keep saying civilian. Supply. They have quite a bit of resources as well, and it will give us a good foothold in Europe if we take up Ukraine. But it'll be an interesting fight, because Ukraine's a quite developed country. They have 32 to 53 divisions, and they also have 12 to 14 naval and quite a lot of aircraft. But they should not, I hope anyway, they will not have the assistance of NATO. But they are Western. Are they Western belief not outgoing? What's called emerging outlook. So let's see if we can justify war against Ukraine. So if we start off, it's going to not take too long. We'll go for Kiev, obviously. Justify war to take Kiev. Conquer. That's not going to take too long at all, actually. 205 days it's going to take us to justify war. 205 days to prepare ourselves to go to war. We can create faction if we wanted to, but no, we don't want that. Okay, we could begin justification. Ukraine is our next target. We have over 200 days to prepare ourselves, so the next episode I'll see you at the beginning of the attack, where I'll run you through the plan and what we've done between now and then. So I'll see you in the next episode.